Hello, Fire Tribe. Welcome to your weekly oracle messages. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. I'm still offering until the end of the month May's tarot special offers. One, it's called The Tales of the Earth, and it's a reading that focuses on bringing forward messages of both spiritual and material growth. And the other one, it's called In Between the Sheets, and it's a reading that it's more focused into relationship dynamics, specifically themes of sexuality, intimacy, and the nature of pleasure. So if you would like to know more info about those or any other of my tarot services, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So, fire signs, I do feel like the common energy for all three of you really deals with the intensity of feelings and experiences of vulnerability that might be in a way assaulting some of you during this time frame. What I want to say about that is that some of you might feel like you can't control how you are feeling, and so for Aries that are not feeling the most loved or supported, accompanied, cherished, taken care of, secured in terms of relationships or other experiences in which there are a lot of feelings involved, it might be a particularly hard time to cope with, because the emotions that are being triggered out of you are a little bit demanding and it's like creating a lot of reactions that you might feel again you can't control. And some of you that have of course a challenge in accepting your most intimate, deepest needs, for fire signs that see those needs as weaknesses, as fragile points. It might be hard to feel at peace how you are feeling, or to be okay with the fact that you are not okay. So some of you are a little bit fighting the process. I feel some fire signs are fighting the process of emotional purge and transformation that some of you are going through. I do feel like some of you are called to let go of the need to control situations and the need to define situations, to flow more in this current of love. Because deep down, even if you're not feeling loved, and even if you don't feel if you feel like what you are experiencing is because of love, either way, both perceptions might need to be altered, because in reality everything that is going on here with you, it's the longing to return to love, which means that some of you are in desperate need of yourselves more than anything else. It can be masked in the fact that someone hurt you, someone left you, you are alone or facing fears of being alone, or you are going through a challenging time with your current relationships. Whatever it is that is triggering this, I think that some of you are in need to look at love in a different way, in a way that it's more about you. It's about how you flow with it, how you feel it internally, how you give it to yourself. Because I think that some of you have not been loving yourselves or understanding love from this point that starts here. Everything starts and ends with you. So if you want to make to improve relationships, if you want to heal relationships, if you want to reconcile with relationships, whatever the options are here for you, you might need to turn inwards during this time frame in order to find what you're truly in need of. Because I think that some of you are in need of something. Whatever this is, you are in need of something, and either you are afraid to ask for it, afraid to confront it, afraid to reveal it, afraid to admit it. I feel like some of you don't want to admit how you truly feeling inside, and so I think that some of you might trying to sneak around the process of healing. Some of you might be putting in question the healing journey itself, especially for some of you that have been through those experiences for some time, where this is not at all something new. You might be in question if you will, if you might be questioning if you will ever heal whatever this is, if you will ever get to the bottom of get to the bottom of this, those wounds you are carrying, in order to, you know, be free from the damage or the pain they create. Some of you are in pain. I have to say that for all fire signs, there's a very, again, emotional, this is a very emotional time. So some of you might be experiencing the whole thing, the whole package of feelings during this period of time, from the best to the worst. Some of you, I think that, you know, understanding, you know, the nature of emotions, understanding, you know, how to use them in a way where you access intelligence, right? The intelligence behind emotions, what they truthfully are, how they try to communicate, in which ways as well you can understand them, what they are asking from you, what they are trying to tell you as well. This is a very, you know, soulful time for some of you, where there's a need to be soul searching a little bit. I think that some of you shouldn't force situations. So if situations are not happening or not right now or currently providing what you are emotionally seeking, it's a period to be more inward, right? To take those experiences inward and reflect upon them. Because I think that your judgment, your discernment, your clarity about situations is also not, working in its best behavior, which means that some of you might have a very clouded perception of what you truly experiencing, what you're truly seeing about someone, which means that, for example, someone might feel that you are not loved, and in reality you might be loved. You just, you know, maybe you're not loved the way you want to, or not loved the way your fears or insecurities, you know, demand you should be loved. So this is a time to work more on you. I do feel that, fire signs. For Aries, you do have the card of letting go. Again, this is an energy to allow things to be, allow things to flow, allow things to go with the right, go into this river of experiences, and whatever needs to come back will come back. Whatever needs to go for good needs to go for good, in order for you to have, you know, emotional renewal. I think that some of you need to recycle, you know, how your emotions and feelings have been working. I think that they are not flowing, they don't have this circulation, right? And so stall waters, stagnant waters become rotten waters, and you don't want rotten waters, because rotten waters will create a lot of issues, not only emotionally, but actually they might as well affect, of course, your physical and mental body. So you want to really exercise, you know, the emotional flow here. Some of you could be actually need to exercise more, be more active, you know, with your lives in general, not only just about feelings and relationships. I think there are things you need to move along. I think that some of you need to move, either move to in a different direction with something, to go in a journey of dreams, to go in a journey of exploration of what's out there, you know, beyond what you have known so far, that has kept you feeling this way, or in a way where you don't find the fulfillment you're looking for. Some of you are not finding fulfillment where you are, and again, there's this longing a little bit to departure, or to travel, to see what lies beyond the walls of your life. Especially for Aries that feel like their lives are, like a prison cell, or Aries that feel like they are a captive prisoner, right? Prisoners held back, in conditions in their life where that they don't like. It might be time to leave the cell, because in reality the cell is a creation you have made of limiting beliefs. So you're free to go anytime. I think that some of you need to understand that you are free to go anytime. So if you don't like where you are, you can go where you want to, or where you're being called to go, in a fearless manner. I think that some of you need to be fearless and pursue the calling of your souls. For Leos, you do have the intensity card, which again, things might be intense, very intense for Leos. You might be feeling that things are like, I think that some of you are being overwhelmed with this wave, right, of feelings, emotions, especially for Leos that have been containing things, right? Allowing them to grow on you, trying to control them. I think that some of you are going to have this blowout. You're going to really, explode, or have a moment where the need to free yourself from all of what you have been holding inside is going to take place, which means some of you might have some moments of conflict or arguments, especially if you have things you have been wanting to say, you have been wanting to put out about how you're truly feeling, or how you're feeling about how someone is treating you, or whatever this is. I think that some of you are going to not be able to control your feelings anymore, which means that if you have been bottling up, anger, pain, truth, whatever it is, you won't be able to sustain it as easily this period of time. I think that some of you are challenged with a lot of passion. Actually, this is very passionate, a mixture here of passion and aggression. Aggression in terms of, you might be feeling like all of those feelings are threatening to you, right? They are violent to your sense of being and peace. Some of you that might have, I think that some of you have built walls of protection or evasion, of withdrawal from others, from feelings, again, from having your heart on the line. And I think that all of this is happening for some of you so that you can reconnect with your heart and have your heart on situations, instead of creating walls around it and never having it displayed in your relationships, in the situations that involve you in your life. So I think that some of you have been living, right, or relating in ways that your heart was not, it was not present there, or not enough. I think that some of you have been living lies, or in an automatic, it's like leaving things in an automatic way, just coping with whatever this is and not truthfully feeling them. So I think that some of you might have a need to really balance your energies, because you might have extreme reactions pulled out of you or triggered. I think that as well, people in circumstances might feel like you might be feeling like everything touches you. You might be feeling very touchy during this time. You might be feeling very irritable, very provoked as well, or you might be taking more personally, than what you should, situations and words. I also feel like some of you need to be careful with what you say or how you say it. I also feel like some of you that are not in this energy, you might be you might be on the other side. You might have something happening that is like a shock to you, intense, it's like an intense slap that awakens you to free yourself from something. So you might have a harsh conversation, you might have, a discussion, a conflict, an encounter that just opens your eyes, or it rips the band-aid that you have been in which you have been trying to cover your wounds, to allow them, right, to truly have a chance to heal or breathe in the way they need. For Sagittarius, I think that all of these experiences are about being alone or feeling the weight, feeling like this sense of solitude, right? The sense of just being by themselves, or being, maybe not supported, not, I think that some Sagittarius don't feel like they have anyone to really reach out to in the way they would like in terms of emotions. What I want to say about that is I feel like you can have plenty of friends and people around you. I just feel like some of you don't feel connected, you don't feel loved or appreciated by the current relationships you have in your life. Some of you are dealing with it's like a journey in the desert. It's like, when is this journey going to end? When am I going to find the one? When am I going to find, my soul tribe? When am I going to find, the opportunity to have something meaningful, right, in your life that wouldn't create this state of void in terms of personal relationships? And I do think that some of you are going through some transformation in terms of your relationships, which means that some of you might need this time to be with yourselves, or to face this aloneness energy, to find something, right? Because I think that your relationships are going in this you have this energy of the new moon associated with relationships. So yeah, things might be, or might feel like, are in the dark, that are not happening, but in reality there's this creation that it's happening. So there's a new phase for your relationships. There's a new cycle about to happen in terms of your personal relationships, and you're just in the void right now. You're in the dark about it right now because it's still creating. It's still in the creation phase. So I think that some of you are as well to take this time to reflect deeply about all the experiences you have had so far about love and relationships, and about the sense of being in the quest to find something meaningful in terms of either relationships again, or support. Your journey so far, especially for Sagittarius that have been alone, or have been, single for a long time, or that have been facing difficulties with relationships in general, right, for a long time. This is not something new for some of you. I feel like some of you are in need to deeply reflect about the experiences, to gather from them the lessons and the wisdom that they have carried, so that you jump into the next phase when the new relationship, let's say, narrative starts happening. You go into those relationships with a more mature, wise, in a more mature, wise, and responsible manner. I think that there are growing pains for Sagittarius associated with relating from all sorts of relationships, and this is a week where you might feel those growing pains more intensely. But I think that as we go into the new moon of Gemini, in your opposite sign, which rules the 7th house, so the house of partnerships, this is when you are going to start to feel like things are manifesting themselves in new ways and formats when dealing with relationships. I do think that what you are experiencing here with this solitude, this aloneness card, is a need to reflect about how things were, how you were, how others were, how situations happened. I think that there's a need to put, some closure as well into the past. I don't think that yet some of you are fully, settled or okay with how things happened before. So you are putting like this energy of closure. You're trying to find answers there. And once you do find those, or once you make peace with whatever you need to make peace about the past, I think that you will be like this new page, right, to be written in terms of relationships. I also feel like some of you don't really understand what you want in relationships, some of you, so you might need to go and take this time to reflect about that. What for you is a relationship? What for you is a good, sustainable, loving, caring, dynamic between two people to make things work? What is a friend? What is friendship? What are the bases? What are the foundations of love, of companionship? What do you value? What do you dislike? All of those things matter, and I think that you need more knowledge about the art of relating. So I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.